What's up, everybody? It's Humble Stunna. He is here, back live in the flesh. Yes, sir. Hopefully, everybody's doing good. Right now, if you guys seen my previous videos, I did a reaction on 2K21 that's coming out on the PS5. Basically, I'm trying to see what games Humble Stunna is gonna get when that PS5 is delivered to these hands right here. On my PS5 right here, in my hands. I've been looking at Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're gonna see how it is, the little review channel on IGN. I want to see what Assassin's Creed is bringing to the PS5. I want to see what energy they got from me. Okay, so you about to watch this right now, man. Thank you for tuning in. About to get into it right now, man. 3, 2.
This was not for you, Javi.
Where'd he go, bro?
Like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Origins before it, Assassin's Creed Valhalla continues the series' trajectory into a full-fledged open-world RPG. Though Ubisoft has dug up some of its stealth action roots to make that style more appealing, Valhalla's focus is on the absolutely massive recreation of Dark Ages England.
That's my favorite thing right there. That stealthiness and getting in that mode. I remember that from Assassin's Creed 3. Getting stealthy, sneaking up on somebody and stabbing them. And then you breaking out to a big fight in the, like, by the market. I forgot what place that was in the game. But that was definitely a vibe. And then you get to sit on that, what he was doing, sit on that post high, and then you see around you like almost like a bird. That's some tough. That's tough. That's what I appreciate from Assassin's Creed, and keeping that and then evolving it. And you see like they trying to expand the map and how far you could see in the map. That's all right there. The graphics for this might be a little crazy too, man. I mean, it's gonna be for every game, but this especially. Imagine how GTA 6 gonna look. You know, that's gonna look crazy depending on what city they get, because GTA has been a couple cities that's very valid, but we need something new, man. But I believe in Rockstar. They gonna do what's good for GTA 6.
Brought to life with stunning beauty and a level of detail I've rarely seen. And it's been an impressive showcase for the Xbox Series X, playing in 4K and a near constant 60 frames per second. You have to put up with some new progression system ideas that don't quite deliver, and an abundance of bugs. But there's a staggering number of things to do, explore, and discover in and around Valhalla's more atmospheric storytelling.
Right there. Wow. Like, look at that, man. That's beautiful right there. That's beautiful game.
The main story follows Eivor, their brother Sigurd, and the friends and enemies they make throughout their exodus from the frozen fjords of Norway as Viking Wunderkinder.
I smell the stink of a dozen kingdoms in your beard.
Just the start.
Their search for wealth and glory in England's rolling hills, lush forests, and political upheaval is darker and sadder, more grounded than the past few games had led me to expect, with hard decision-making that left me reeling. And that's all propped up by main characters delivering some intense and haunting performances.
It's like they got some
This was the
Viking
fate
vibe
rolling
going
for
on
me,
right here.
so I live it.
This vast world is home to clashes between Danes, Norse, Saxons, Britons, Picts, the Word of Christ, pagan mysticism, and Norse mythology, complete with an excellent use of the Pantheon and an interpretation of Asgard I am stupidly excited for everyone to see. The Assassins vs. Order of the Ancients dynamic starts softly, almost optionally, slowly acclimating Eivor into the ways of the assassin by weaving in and out of this tale with admirable restraint before the usual Dan Brownification picks up and reveals everything is touched by these organizations. But the focus rarely shifts completely from Eivor's more engaging efforts to build a network of alliances throughout England's 4 kingdoms and its many, many shires.
That's a bread knife, my lord. Do you mean to batter me?
Stay back! Back, I say! I'll fight you!
Many of Valhalla's consistent high points come as you lead your Viking clan in raids against the gold-swollen churches and monasteries of England. Loaded with supplies and materials needed to build your new settlement that acts as your home base and quest hub. The pageantry of raiding is powerful, as thatched roof
This is
huts
tough,
erupt
right
in
here.
flames while priests and villagers wail and scurry throughout the fray. The medievalness of it all is cranked up another notch in assaults on fortresses and castles, which serve as the payoffs for longer quest chains. Breaking through defenses and working toward the inner keep is a very cool spectacle.
From what I'm seeing right now, Assassin's Creed, you're doing a great job with this
And
game.
oh my god,
I haven't
these
played
places
yet.
incredible to behold. I know it's common to gush over a big Ubisoft open world, but Valhalla might be its most gorgeous and detailed yet. I've regularly forgotten what I was doing when I turn a bend in a snaking river and get blasted by the golden sun, or the clouds and mist roll across its swamps and forests and the lingering bones of the Roman Empire. It's absolutely stunning on the Xbox Series X. And it's not just for show. I shot a fox from what seemed like a mile away thanks to incredible draw distances. And it's unbelievable to me that load times are virtually non-existent when the fidelity is this high.
Man, far away. I like this, man.
While Valhalla faithfully sticks to the open world script of Origins and Odyssey, there are some new systems in play, for better or worse.
Oh,
This time
you
around, skill progression
bugging.
and abilities rub you the wrong way for two reasons.
Why
First,
kick that
you have to
barrel
spend
over like
points
that?
to reach
Hold
and
on,
reveal the next
no.
cluster of unlockable skills before you have any idea what's in it or
No.
whether it's something you want to work toward. There are some new systems in
Chill. We gotta see that little slow-mo. Oh, wrong thing. We gotta see that in slow-mo, man. That was ridiculous. He kicked the shit out of him.
play, for better or worse. This time around, skill progression and abilities rub me the wrong way
Yo,
for
he was
two
not
reasons.
playing with that bear.
First, you have to spend points
That's
to
Brother
reach
Bear.
and reveal the
Me.
next
I'm
cluster
kicking
of
like that.
unlockable skills before you have any idea what's in it or whether it's something you want to work toward. And secondly, these are more passive skills that augment combat rather than introducing new abilities. Granted, a lot of them are incredibly useful, vital even, but the majority are unexciting stat upgrades. The game-changing new abilities are hidden throughout the world in books of knowledge. So unless you're exploring and hunting for them from the get-go, the big-ticket abilities like the Bull Rush or Ground and Pound
That's the
or
type of
that
action I
infamous
need,
kick
man.
may or may not end up in your arsenal for dozens of hours.
That's
Because
tough
of
right
this, the first 10 or 15 hours, I felt like Valhalla's combat was underwhelming next to Odyssey's bombastic style and flair. I was eventually proven wrong, of course, and it became flexible and fluid and
there. It
brutal as
looks
ever.
fluid. Ridiculous,
And it
man.
even brings back instant assassinations if you want to go back to that old style of stealth.
I need that stealth mode 24/7.
It just takes way too long to start adding that complexity. So especially if this isn't your first Assassin's Creed game, the initial scuffles are some very bland hack and slash. On the other hand, I love what they've done with inventory and quests here. For instance, there's less loot in Valhalla. So instead of finding 400 junk level bearded axes that you'll inevitably sell to a merchant anyway, Valhalla gives you different kinds of the archetypal axe or shield or greatsword.
That's tough.
Each version is statistically slightly different and carries passive bonuses for flavor preference, but if you find one you like, you can invest in it and upgrade its quality and its level. It's so much less of a hassle and more rewarding in the long run. The other great
hard.
change is in the greater flexibility and organic discovery of side quests and activities. Ubisoft has done away with the cascading lists of side quests to track in favor
Really,
of
bro?
revealing
Oh,
color-coded
chill.
points of interest on the map for mysteries,
I don't
wealth,
even know bird,
and
though.
artifacts. Often you'll find one of
You
the
know what I'm
many
saying.
insane and light-hearted side stories, like
You know
one
what I'm saying.
involving a crazy cat lady.
Ooh, my pretty babies.
But it could also be a place of mystical
talking
power,
to?
a psychedelic hallucination challenge, or an ambush by bandits. They're quick reprieves from the darker, heavier tones of the long, multi-part main story quests, and the freedom to pick what you want to do feels liberating.
A visitor for Chad the Bewilderer, the most radiant and rakish riddler. Do you have the wits to best me? There is cake in it if you do.
No matter where you go in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, though, you're sure to encounter some, let's call them quirks. Everyone and everything here is fighting a common foe. A large number of bugs and technical hiccups that span the spectrum of hilarious, annoying, frustrating,
I know
and
the iceberg did
downright
not turn to
broken.
nowhere.
I've run into a half
Hold
dozen
up.
hard crashes like this, breakable items that are anything but, staircases that had one job, enemy AI that is odd, nitro-powered rowboats,
Oh, and
David
broke?
Blaine, quests that get stuck for one reason or another,
that's some GTA
HUD
shit.
elements that
That's some
overlap
GTA
or
stuff right
stay
there.
on screen, enemies that inexplicably regain health, and the ability to survive any fall as long as you attack on the way down, among others. You
I
get
don't need
it.
that.
Valhalla is buggy. Real buggy. That
I
said,
don't need that though.
it wasn't overpowering. Looking back after 60 hours played, all those nagging issues feel like small footnotes in what's otherwise been many great hours of exploration and discovery. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is a big, bold, and ridiculously beautiful entry to the series that finally delivers on that much requested era of the Viking and the messy political melting pot of England's Dark Ages.
Who
It walks a fine line.
who doesn't want to watch some Vikings fight, bro? Who doesn't? Who? Besides all the bugs, bro.
Between
This
historical
game is
tourism, top
Every
shelf
game's gonna probably have
conspiracy
a
theory,
mess up,
and
you know.
veiled
You've seen over years now, since 2K16, how the bugs and things that need to get fixed don't get fixed. So, with Assassin's Creed, we're just gonna maybe wait a little bit before we get it. But
of a grounded, focused story. Fresh takes on the series' established loot and quest systems help to keep things fluid and nuanced, though progression could use some refinement. There's also a bigger than usual horde of bugs and blemishes to contend with from start to finish. But while it may not be the most stylish or polished, it's rugged and
so, if they're ranking this at 8, I feel like all the bugs and stuff like that by the time I get to this, because I'm definitely gonna play Spider-Man or 2K before Assassin's Creed. But for it to be an 8, I would respect it, and I would honestly give it a try. If you guys want me to react to anything else, comments is right there for you. Give me a like, subscribe. I hope you guys all have a great day, and stay humble.